guys had a great weekend.
We did. We had
a beat some really good teams this week. Just kind of take us through the Tipoff Classic.
Yeah, we had, I think, 3 really good teams. You know, and we were lucky to get 3 wins, but kind of going through it, Mesa opened up with them, and they're very, very good. Now they didn't have their starting center. He was out with an ACL, but they are loaded. I mean, they can, you know, watching them the second and third night even live, just in the stands, and they go 9-10 deep, and they're very good. And I think that team will keep getting better as the season progresses. Moorhead, I thought we came out and kind of blitzed them a little bit. We really played well that first half, and you know, coming out of the second half, it's tough sometimes to play with a big lead, and we didn't play our best second half against Moorhead, but we still got the win there. And then we had a dogfight last night with Daemen, and you know, we played them at the Elite 8, and we had a whole different team last year. They brought back their starting 5, and the coach's kid coming in off the bench was a Division I transfer from Niagara, and he can really shoot it. And so they were very, very good, and you know, really well coached. All 3 teams really well coached, but we were lucky to get that win. And you know, we always had the lead, but we made some big plays down the stretch. Larry Wise getting to the basket, making a defensive stop. Zach knocking down some free throws, and then actually, you know, Cameron Bell and Kavan Booker and some others staying out on that 3 and really making it tough. They got up a 3, but it was really a tough shot. And if that 3 goes in, it goes in. We weren't going to foul in that situation, but we stayed out. We did a good job with that. 2 plays before, we had a player that didn't stay out, and we gave up that 3 up by 4, which is a cardinal mistake. And you know, it's just something you got to learn from, and hopefully he does learn from that, and hopefully the whole team learns from it, not just the player that made the mistake, but the whole team. So, you know, we work on situations in practice, but it's hard to do everything at the beginning of the year. And so now we've got a week and a half, 2 weeks until we play the conference challenge against Western State. So it'll be a little time rest right now, and then we'll get back at it Wednesday, and we'll work on some of the things, a lot of the things that we need to work on to get better.
How refreshing is it to see some of these guys? And again, I mean, you guys returned 2, you said, compared to their 5, but some of these newer guys step in and make an impact almost immediately.
Yeah, well, we really liked Larry out of high school, and you know, he went a different route. He went Division I right away, and I think we're lucky to have him right now, and he's paying big dividends for us. Julius Brown, we saw the last couple of years, and I mean, what a great kid, great defensive player. He's expanding his game offensively. I think he's just going to get better and better as well as the season goes along. And then others, you know, Jesse Aweezy, I thought had a big weekend. I mean, we don't win. I don't think we go 3-0 without Jesse, and he played a vital role. You look at Austin Shelley, Aussie, our little Australian, comes in and really does a great job for us when everybody else is kind of a little bit tired, and he knocks down a 3, gets another 3 up, that Hayden gets the rebound and lays it in. Little plays like that make a big difference. And, you know, Addison Wallace is just coming on, and he's going to get better. And, you know, Cameron Bell, I haven't even talked about Cameron. Cameron is just a solid defensive player for us, and he hasn't made a lot of shots right now, but he can shoot it. And I would guess he's probably in the gym today shooting, just because he wants to be able to knock those down, and he will. And then Zach Toussaint and others, you know, it was a really good effort. Dalen Williams, didn't even mention Dalen. You know, Dalen gave us some great minutes. He had a couple big blocks and kept the ball in bounds. You know, I remember we used to have a player named John Smith that could do that, and John would block the basketball and also keep it in bounds, not just knock it out of bounds. So really a big play when you could do that, because if you just knock it out of bounds, they're getting it back and maybe even set up a play, but to be able to keep it in bounds is kind of big.
So you talk about those key players and those key moments in games. What does that kind of say as your team as a whole starting the season off?
It says we got some good players. You know, we've got some good players, but I think it's also, I think, something that we've kind of developed the last few years, Coach Gove, Coach Henderson, myself, and I think we try to instill confidence in our guys, and you know, even guys that didn't get in, you know, JT Warren, Torian Harris didn't play much, Parker Nielsen didn't play much, but those guys are all ready to go, and they were, I mean, I could hear JT at moments during the game, and you know, he's been there before, winning conference championships, winning tournament championships, and playing at the Elite Eight, and it makes a difference when you have that experience. And those guys can kind of project that on. Julius Brown, same thing. You know, Lincoln Memorial is very good, really, really good team, and we're again lucky to get him. But he's got that experience of playing in those big games. You know, Larry in high school and UNT last year, they made it to the national tournament, Division I, and won a game in the national tournament. He's got that experience. Addison Wallace, same thing, Texas State. His team was a winner. And so a lot of these guys are already winners. Now they're coming to winning program, and it kind of just feeds off each other. So it's been a great combination for us. And you don't have to come from a winning program. Zach Toussaint's high school team, they were 500 at best. That was going to be a good year, I think. I'm not trying to rip on him or the coach or anything like that, but you know, you don't have to. You can develop that. And Zach, I mean, he does. He works really hard, puts the work in. But you could see he was tired in that third game, and we need others to help out and step up, and they did. And it's a team win. There's not going to be just one guy making a shot here or there. It's a team game, and that's why it's such a great game. And it's 40 minutes, fast-paced. We saw some. If you were at the games, you saw some great games and had a lot of comments. The crew that worked the tables and the filming and the radio, Lucas Kenzie and Ken Johnson. I mean, it was a great college tournament. I'm really happy to host it and really happy to represent as we did this weekend.
Something that David and I kind of mentioned this weekend over there, it kind of had a March feel to it. Did it feel like that kind of you, the level of competition?
Definitely. And that's why those teams came down here. You know, Moorhead is picked to win their side of the conference up in the Northern Sun. Daemen has everybody back. They were picked second. I don't know why. I think they're a top 25 team easy. And then Mesa, you know, has everybody back as well, and they were a top 10 team as well. So, you know, that's why teams go to these tournaments, is they know they're good. They want to play against good competition. Even if they get beat, it's not going to kill them because they're still going to play well all season. They'll still get into the regional. All those teams are regional teams. And you know, and if you can win a few games, then it really helps you out too. But a loss here or there to a good team is never going to hurt you. And so I think a lot of teams come down for that. And I hope we can run it again. I don't think so. I think California is going to want it back. But it is a lot of work to put on. And again, I thank our administration for all their hard work running that tournament.